Here's a question for you. Have you ever heard of the movie called The Last Guest? It was a movie released in 4 episodes from 2017 to 2018 and was regarded as the saddest movie ever, and people say it's a masterpiece.
Best
Best
movie I
movie I
love
love
this
this
movie.
movie.
Best
Great
movie ever.
It also won Video of the Year and Best Action Video in 2019, and honestly, I gotta say, this is overrated. This movie is not a perfect movie that's better than Endgame. There are a ton of issues with this movie that don't make it a 10 out of 10 for me. Anyways, let's just go ahead and just jump straight into it, starting with the plot. Now, the plot isn't that bad. It's fine, but parts 3 and 4 are where the plot kinda sags. You see, the main characters have stuff go right way too much for them. For example, the Colonel just waits an hour before letting the guest game starts, which makes absolutely no sense at all. Why is he waiting an hour before letting the guest game start? Just do it, man. Why are you waiting an hour before you do it? How dumb are you? Also, while they're waiting for it to start, the doctor injects sedatives into a bacon soldier while he's still talking, and he stops talking and the other guards just don't investigate it. And then the doctors lure them to help him with that sedative bacon soldier, even though they should have went, hey, isn't that Fred? But nope, they just don't, and then the doctor sedates them as well. Let's also not forget about how the general brought his son to the battlefield, even though he and his best friend betrayed you guys. Wow, how smart. Nothing should definitely go wrong.
Over.
Anyways, there's also the fact that this movie isn't sad at all. I've barely met guest parents in the beginning, so I just shrug and move on. And it's not really because I don't cry much at movies, it's the fact that I don't care about these characters. They're blander than a Sims 4 bland meal. There's also the fact that they don't have any bad traits, which is kind of something you need. It's pretty much the golden rule in writing to make a good character. Like, would anybody care about Iron Man if he wasn't an in the first Iron Man movie? Probably not, and that's the point. The animation is another problem, because it's kinda, a bit rough. See, to the eye of someone who isn't really into the know-it-all of animation, they probably would think that this animation was good, but it's actually just pre-made animations from Mixamo. See? They're the same. There's also the voice acting, which can be quite questionable at times. Like, at times it feels like they just could put a little bit more into their lines. And then there's also this weird thing that happens sometimes.
I know at the moment, everything seems to be falling apart.
There's also a lot of weird glitches that happen in this movie, so here's just a compilation. Then there are some plot holes, like how Jez was 16 and Guess might have been 19 when they met, which is like, what? We don't even know Guest's age. I mean, if Guest and Daisy were both 16 as well, then this would get hella weird. There's also the question of why the Bacons were kicked out. According to the Bacon General, they were kicked out because they were criminals. Although this teacher from the beginning of part 2 said they were fed lies. But we still don't have a definitive reason as to why the Bacon soldiers were kicked out. Am I to believe the general that they were kicked out because they were criminals, or am I supposed to believe that Roblox kicked them out because they're Anyways, I give this movie a 6 out of 10 parents dead. Now, if you excuse me, I'll be having a drink at that bar. So, I'll see you all later. Bye.